Let's start some Qigong forms. First one, we're just going to do a very simple introduction form before we start our Baoduan Jin. And this should all be fairly familiar to you. Just see if you can bring your attention to your Lao Gum point, right in the middle of your palm. If you want to find exactly where it is, curl your longest finger into the center. And this is a point where we draw energy up from the earth. So as your hands come down, see if you can focus your attention on your Lao Gum points. Allow the arms to slowly be lifted up. And then let the elbows, the wrists lead the side down. Let's keep going. With our next breath, we're expanding. And then we're letting go, creating space, making room for whatever is next. Next time our hands come down, we're going to turn the palms to face up. Inhale, draw in towards heart and lungs. Exhale, push out. Inhale. And exhale. You might like to just see your palms as an extension of your lungs. See if we can connect with this energy outside of our skin, outside of ourselves. Next time our palms come in, we're going to turn the palms out and press out. Both directions. Scoop or extend out and in, sigh out, push out. All our weight stays on our heels. Next time our palms come in, turn them up and we'll sigh out, push up. Inhale back to the body. Exhale, pushing up, pushing down at the same time. Feet and hands bowing in both directions. Next time the hands come down, let's bring them all the way down. Now we'll do in each direction, one movement each. So lifting up, drawing in, pushing out, drawing in, pushing wide, drawing in, pushing up, returning. Keep going. Find your own rhythm here with your own breath. And do one more round. Arms can come back onto the dantian. Might just like to scan through and notice how you feel. Right, so we'll start our 8 brocades practice, slightly modified. First form, interlace your fingers. We're going to take a breath. Allow that breath to come in as we turn our palms, press up. Pause the breath, bring the eyes forward, and then we'll sigh out. So we're seeing if we can use a box breath where we have a little bit of space between each inhale and each exhale. Next breath comes, inhale, lifting. Pause at the top of the breath, draw the eyes forward, and then sigh out. Allow that pause at the bottom of the breath. When you need to breathe, start again, lifting up. See if you can bring all your attention just to the gap in between each breath. You're not rushing to the next one. We're going to add a twist into this movement. Let's take a breath, lifting up. Eyes come down. This time one arm comes forward, one arm comes behind. As we sigh out. In the pause, roll back to the center. When the next breath comes, lift up. And this time we twist the opposite way. Just find a rhythm with your own breath. Doesn't have to be in sync with me. We'll meet back in the center. At the end of each form, we're just going to clear and settle our energy. 3 times, drawing in, storing. Second form, we're going to take a step out to the side. You can mirror me if you like. Draw energy into the body. As we sigh out, we're going to take our bow and arrow, drop the tailbone down, open the bow, sink down. Turn your head to look towards your opposite hand as you press up, shift your weight to come back towards the center, step back and sigh out. Take your time with this one. Stepping out to the other side, inhaling, exhaling, open your bow, turn your head, follow the fingers, shift your weight. When all your weight is on the center side, step back, sigh out. Step out, no breath. And inhaling, sinking. Take a break if you need to. We might do one more each side. Arms come back onto the belly. Let's clear and settle. Our third form is a stomach and spleen form, usually called holding the sky, pushing the earth, or something like that. We start with our palms turned towards each other. Take a breath in. And then allow them to push apart. One pushes down, one pushes up. And feel that really strong extension through the side of each side of your body. Take a breath in, draw the palms towards each other. They don't meet, they turn and switch sides. Same sense of extension through the side body. Inhaling, exhaling. See if you can feel every ligament and tendon stretching away from each other. I'm going to add a twist to this one too. When you take your next breath in, roll one arm back. Turn back, draw the arms together. Send them away from each other. Let's switch sides. Roll one arm behind. Draw the palms in towards each other. Spread them apart. See if you can find a kind of fluid motion of yin and yang. Palms pushing away. And then always returning, controlling, creating, transforming our chi, our yin and yang. And now we bring our palms back to the belly. And then we'll settle, store. It's the feeling of returning. Arms back on the belly. Our next form, our fourth form, we turn our palms down, fingers pointing in, and just feel this sense of kind of circular chi flowing through the upper body. We'll take a breath in. And as we sigh out, just roll your wrists all the way out, open the chest, and we're turning our chin to look gently over the shoulder. Sighing out. Inhale, turn the palms back in. Exhale, roll them out. Turn the chin the other side. This form is usually called the wise owl looks backwards. It's a metal element form for lung and large intestine. Feel your shoulder blades spreading apart and then rolling in towards each other. Sense of open heart, letting go of any memories, thoughts of the past, the fog of the past. Just allowing this moment, no matter how vulnerable it might feel. Arms come back into center. And then we'll settle and store. Our fifth form, we're going to step back out to our horse stance, our Mabu. You might like to drop your weight a little, tuck your tailbone under. This one, take your thumbs to the back of your thighs and fingers on the front. And we're just going to lean to one side and look to one side. Drop your chin down towards your knee, head heavy, swing it all the way to the other side. And then we're going to turn our head to look towards the other straight leg. Let's take a sigh and straighten up. Breathing in, go back the direction you just came. Sighing out, drop the nose towards the knee, all the way around. Let the head be heavy. Breathing in, we return up, looking back. Make sure you feel stable and steady. Sigh out, returning to center. Go back the way you just came. Sighing out, dropping the head down. Inhaling to lift the head up. Exhaling. So this is a wood element form for liver and gallbladder, where we hold frustrations, resentments, irritations in the body. See if you can find that fluidity through the hips, through the shoulders. Take a break if you need to. Maybe last one. Coming back up through center, we'll step back. And we'll settle. And then you might like to tell yourself, I am home or I am here. All right, now sixth form. We're going to lift our arms up, palms face towards the sky, lift up and maybe a little lean back. Turn the palms down and sigh out. Drop the hands to the level of the heart. Pause the breath. We're going to turn the palms up. Take a breath in. Take the hands all the way around to the back, and then we'll trace our bladder meridian all the way down. This is a water element form. Deep sigh. Let the head hang heavy. Pressing through the feet. Reach forward. We're going to take a breath in as we lift up all the way. Maybe you're finding that back bend again. And then letting go. Right, see if you can find your rhythm here. Inhaling. And then letting go. If you can find that fluidity in your spine, each vertebrae, big breath in. You might like to imagine yourself as water flowing from the top of the mountain. Simply moving around any obstacle, flowing to the path of least resistance. Feeding everything in your path, nourishing everything in your path. Connecting to all as you travel down the mountain towards the ocean. And this time as we lift up, we just turn our palms and slowly bring them back towards the dantian. And then we'll settle. And return. Seventh form today, we step out into a horse stance again. So a little wider than hip width. Drop the tailbone down. We'll tuck our elbows into the side of the body. Loose fists. Wrap your fingers over the tip of your thumb. See if you can switch on the leg muscles. So just notice the muscles that are working as you press down through the toes, through the ball of the foot. Find that stability and heaviness. When you're ready, breathing in, sighing out, pushing out. Draw the hand in, take a new breath. You might like to invite a softening in your mouth, in your face, in your jaw. All our energy, all our attention is in the lower body. Let's step back. We'll settle. And the very last and eighth form is usually just called curing the 100 illnesses or something like that. It's very simple. All we're doing is lifting our heels, maybe just a millimeter off the floor, and then just sighing out and dropping them down, feeling that sense of kind of shuddering through the legs. Make sure you feel steady. It's not a balance trick, it's just the idea of settling restless energy in the body. Allow the heels just to drop down. You can hold on to something if you need to. You might feel it through the whole body. When you're ready, shake out arms, shake out legs. And just try and let everything be as loose and fluid as you can. You might take some deep sighs. Let's come back to stillness. We'll bring our palms together, create some heat. And you might like to bring the palms up to the face as well, just a dry wash of the face, maybe a comb of the hair, the neck, throat, and then let's bring our palms together as we always do, this moment of humility and gratitude for our practice. You might like to take a second to scan through the body and notice how you feel. And then we extend that gratitude to each other.